Everybody out there in YouTube land, where you at? So, if you're like me, a fan of the Ed Dana YouTube channel, you're aware that Ed is pushing to make 1,000 subscribers. I want to urge everyone out there to go subscribe to Ed. I don't want to see Ed get discouraged and leave, by losing his monetization, his shekels, and leaving YouTube. That's not what I want to see happen. I want Ed to stick around so that I can finish watching the train wreck. This is way too entertaining to have him leave. But not only do you need to go over there and subscribe to him, you need to start really watching his videos. Just like let the computer play on one of his videos on a continuous thing, where you keep randomly playing his videos so you can get his hours up. See, because Ed is under the impression that he has enough hours, but he doesn't. All right. Now, look, I might be wrong about this. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure Ed and Duncan will point it out. I mean, none of us can forget the time when they proved me wrong by... All right, well, none of us can forget that time when they showed me and they... All right, well, there was that time when they trolled me and they... Okay, well, look, a broke clock is right twice a day. All right, so Ed and Duncan's time is coming. They're going to be right on something sooner or later. Ed had a video, one of his subscription drives. It only lasted for 15 minutes because somebody kept thumbs up in him and then thumbs down and then taking it away and bringing it back, and he got very upset. And people were subscribing and unsubscribing. He left with less subscribers than he had. And after 15 minutes, he couldn't just take anymore and he shut it down. But during that hangout, Ed was looking at his analytics, and Ed said 4,000 hours that you need in a year. He has way more than that because Ed has 140,000. Okay? And I remember when he said that, I was like, wow, that's a lot. Especially for somebody like Ed who doesn't really get many videos. And he does make a lot of videos, but not not 10 a day or anything. And with the small amount of views, and then the small amount of views, you got to remember when you look at all these thumbs downs, that is letting you know that somebody came in there and some of those views were somebody just spending a second to thumbs down. So that's no kind of retention time. So, and then Ed mentions it again in a few of the other hangouts where he does. All right, I'm sure you heard him say it. He says he has over 140, way more, 4,000 hours. He's got 100. So I started wondering to myself, I don't really pay attention to my analytics. I was like, I wonder how much I would have in a year and in the lifetime or whatever. Okay, even though I'm not close to having the subs, and that's not really, I'm just here for the lulz, for the love of YouTube. That's why I'm here, So, but Ed has his dream. And one of those dreams is that he already has the 4,000 hours. So I went to check my analytics, and when I looked at them, I seen 140,000, whatever the fuck it was. So I realized that's minutes, so I divided it by 60. All right, here is the thing. I may be wrong, and I'm sure they'll prove me wrong if I'm wrong. Or maybe he's already realized this, and this is the reason why he's just given up and he's not even trying anymore. Ed looked at the minutes and confused that for hours. 140-something thousand. That's not 4,000 hours. All right, Ed doesn't have close to it. A channel with 1,000 subscribers for a year would have to have a good little, a lot of views, maybe close to half of their channel actually watching, and then they'd have to watch the video for a little while. All right, now you can do the math on that. And you can go look at Ed's videos, and like I said, take into account for, you're looking at hours, not really views. So that goes to show you that that's not many people really, and you can see by the comments, it's not really many people. Most people are just trolling it, thumbs downing him, making a comment that never pops up because he won't approve it or something, all right? The actual views that he's getting with people retaining is very small. Ed has a measly, pitiful performance on YouTube, I've shown other videos where I've taken random 10 of my videos and 10 of his. I get way more views than Ed, and I ain't got, if you removed all the trolls, maybe I might have 150 subs. But yeah, Ed's, think about it. Do you think that Ed was sitting there when he was looking at that and calling out these numbers? And 140 was one of them. He claims he had 140 hours. No, that's how many thousand minutes he has. That's not, that's not how many hours he has. Do you think Ed has the foresight or sobriety to sit there, look at a number, divide that by 60 in his head, and then tell you that he's got enough? Like I said, if you don't believe me, go look into it yourself. All right? The numbers don't lie, Social Blade doesn't let you go back a year on somebody's channel and see how many minutes they have so that you can do it yourself, You don't need to do that. I mean, Ray Charles could see that. I think Ed's realized. I think that's why he's just given up. So please, for my entertainment, for the world's entertainment, we need Ed around, all right? Because as long as Ed's around, it reminds us that, hey, at least we're not him, And it's not only us. So make sure you go over there, subscribe to Ed, and watch some of this shit. Try to help him. Let's do that. Let's do that for Ed. Can we? Now listen, if you're gonna do some shit like just go there and subscribe and all this shit, and just to do some shit like unsubscribe, before the time, or after the 20th, do it on the 19th. That way he's that close, and then, but I'm never gonna unsubscribe from Ed, because I'll miss one of the, rants that he wakes up the next day, sobers up, and takes down. And I don't want to be that guy who misses that, So let me know in the comments, and I'll be watching, of course, for Ed to prove me wrong on this, like he's done so many times before, like I've mentioned earlier. So anyway, until next time, peace out.